Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a great topic for you. We are going to talk about COVID-19 and what it was like living in New Zealand compared to what it was like living in the US. And then I also am going to Zoom with a good friend of mine who I reconnected with during the COVID-19 situation. And she's going to tell you what it was like, at least in her state. So to show you a little bit of that, I'll show you a little clip of some uncut versions of us on Marco Polo.
You want this face on YouTube. Of course you do.
I'm going to go through the Zoom where we're just going to talk about our different experiences together, and it should be great. So stay tuned for what it's like to go through COVID-19 in New Zealand compared to the US.
Hey girl, I hope you didn't catch the Rona.
Watching movies for 8 hours straight.
I don't want to do anything today.
How are you so motivated? We have like 2 more weeks of this.
I know, try not to look. I just want to explain to you why I don't like to cook. Can I show you? Oh, excuse me as I burp.
Hey Christy, we're going to our Zoom party tonight. Looking
Girl, I'm finally going outside because I can't possibly eat one more thing or I will not be able to fit in my pants.
Sticky buns out of a bag to rise. That is not baking.
A fajoa? Is that what you said? A fajoa. Do they have fajoa lotion? It sounds like I want to wear it.
Yep, I'm wearing the same outfit today. Get over it.
Don't be jealous. No, don't be jealous. This is 24 karat gold on my face.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
Hey, Wisconsin. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get started.
Right.
Good to see you, Christy. So a little bit about us is we are both from Wisconsin. I am living currently in New Zealand, and she is still in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody got the better end of the deal. Uh-oh. Sorry, Rona. Hold on.
She's got the corona. Okay,
Mm.
so today we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to go through COVID-19 in New Zealand compared to the US, well, specifically Wisconsin, because every state is different, doing different things, so you can't really speak to that, but you could speak to it as a whole if you want. And then we'll kind of go into what it was like for us since we've reconnected over the
Yes, I'm
corona.
so thankful.
So good, so good. Okay,
Kept
so
me
I'll
safe.
start and I'll talk a little bit about New Zealand. So New Zealand, they only had like just over 1,500 cases total and 22 deaths.
That's
So, yeah,
it.
we locked down a whole country with those numbers.
Okay, yeah, that's not the numbers we have here.
That's not the numbers you have, but we have a small country. It was the leadership's decision to lock down early and to actually snuff out this virus, which they did because we've had 0 cases for over 14 days now, and we're probably moving down to level 1, which means everything's open except for our borders.
Okay, that's awesome. Does that mean groups are also getting back together, or
Yeah,
are they
so-
still managing
Right.
that?
So now we're in level 2, which means we can have, 100 people. And I think now, since we've had 0 cases, we don't have anything. I think it'll just start opening up starting next week.
Okay, so when you guys go out now, are they still requiring masks or no masks?
Oh,
What's
good
that?
question. So no masks, but you do have to, there's like a contact tracing, and you have to sign in everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But it's really funny because like I've gone to the mall and you go to I go into one store and it's like, you got to fill out all this stuff. And then they come at me with a gun to my head. I'm like, what is that? They're like taking my temperature. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, they're very strict about how many, and then you go to the next store, like literally right next door, and like, oh, come on in.
Yeah. Yes, we got like sprayed down like it was Hazmat USA in Door County, and then the next store it was like, hey, I'm like,
yeah. Like, aren't we all following the same rules? I'm not going to
No.
call them out, but it was kind of funny.
I can't even return my clothes. I'm not kidding. I bought a size too small because quarantine is brutal. It's brutal. So in my mind, I was a certain size in my mind, and you can't try it on. So I was like, oh, that's fine. That'll fit just fine. So once I got it to my kneecaps, and that was the end of that, I decided it was time to take it back. Well, today I go to take it back, They're not accepting clothing. Like 2 weeks time, it went from like, that's your problem to we're all going to die.
You shut down, because I think you shut down like a week before us.
March 12th, the governor
yeah, that's
said,
right.
whoop, we got to do this. And I think that Monday my kids went to school, and then that Tuesday they were done.
They were done.
Like,
okay. Because for us, it was March 25th. So like literally like a week later.
it really
And we
was.
actually locked down. We slowly, you know, they let businesses kind of close up and do what they need to do. And then we locked out. What was closed during that time?
What was open? No. So gas stations were, I have to think of what's open. Gas stations were open, grocery stores were open, but like restaurants were like, boop, done. And you could still do like carry out.
So for our lockdown, everything closed except for grocery stores and hospitals.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't get takeaway. All the restaurants were closed. Like literally everything was closed. At gas stations, I guess.
Food.
Excuse me?
You couldn't even order foods.
No.
Like food out.
No. So that's why when we moved to level 3, it was like everything's the same as level 4, but you can go to KFC. You can go to McDonald's. It was exciting. I mean, takeouts, you know, you couldn't go sit in there, but it was like, okay, so tell me about like what the panic was. Was it really like people not like hoarding stuff and toilet paper and sanitizer and that sort of thing?
Okay. I thought they were kidding. I thought people were kidding when it was seriously like one day. It was like, okay, this day, normal, getting coffee out, talking to people, hugging people. People are going to school, going to work. Literally the next day, no toilet paper. That happened to be the day that threw me over the edge. I went to go get frozen chicken, gone. I was like, frozen chicken? What? I just want frozen chicken for dinner, not like for the zombie apocalypse. I just wanted it for dinner, but whatever. So then I go to Target. There's no toilet paper. So in my freak outness, because now I'm getting freaked out because I don't really cook. So I bought a huge bag of flour and gummy bears and I left the store. The end.
You don't know what to do, so you get flour and gummy bears.
And when I would walk past people, I would hold my breath, would pass me, and I'd be like, oh, because I didn't know. Take off your clothes as soon as you get home. Take a shower. It can live on your hair and on your clothes. Toilet paper was gone. Hand sanitizer, gone. Wipes for your rear end, gone. Any kind of wipes.
So I went to, we all had those like panic moments, and I went to the food store and it was packed. There was lines, looping around forever. Yes. But what was impressive is that they weren't hoarding it. Like our prime minister was like, don't overbuy, just buy what you need. I can guarantee that we'll have supply. And people believed her. That's a concept. It didn't take too much. I was like, right. Because just taking the limit that they allowed me.
Wear a mask. Nope, don't wear a mask. Nope, masks are good for you.
Right.
Nope, they're bad for you. Nope, you're going to kill yourself wearing the mask because of the carbon monoxide. Nope, they're going to spit on you and then you're going to catch it. Did you hear this mixed message in New Zealand?
The rules are coming from one source, and they would, excuse me, it was like, it became like a new reality here to watch the news at 1 p.m. every day, where the prime minister would come on and give you an update on the cases and where we're at. And then even at night, she would do like Facebook question and answer sessions just in her office. Like she was like, her communication skills were second to none. Really.
In Wisconsin, I looked at it today on the CDC site. It said we had 19,400 confirmed cases. 19. But you also have to remember, we finally got testing in like a couple weeks ago. So it's going to go up because you actually know that you have it. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah, because I have close friends that had it, but never were tested. How many deaths are there total as of today?
Okay, so I put that on my little cheat sheet. One moment. 211. No, 200. I lied. This just got funnier. 600.
How in the world did you get 200?
I don't know. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Just try not to think about it. I was never good at math. People, just work with me. Okay, anyway, so we've had a few.
We've had 22. You had 600.
Yeah. Well, like one of the first things they opened in Wisconsin, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Golf courses.
No, I know.
What did you learn out of
Mm.
being quarantined?
It opened up possibilities for the world. Like I think people understood you can work from home. I think there's, especially in New Zealand, they were far from understanding that, in my opinion. And now they can see it. That is an actual viable option. I think also it gave a great name to homeschooling. Like people understood what that was, and seeing your child. Some children really thrived in that environment, and that was really, really cool. And then also on the flip side, I think parents really appreciate teachers when they see like how difficult it is to like really sit down and get somebody to learn something sometimes. So there's just a lot of good things about that. And then also I think it really opened up everybody's eyes to see that you need to really upscale. Like you can't just have one skill in one job because it could be gone tomorrow, and that you need to be constantly improving, constantly learning, constantly getting new skills as an adult. It isn't just something that you do when you're 20, it's something that you do like your whole life. And so what did you learn through the COVID-19?
Well, I learned that more time doesn't mean that I'm actually going to be productive. If I just had enough time, I would walk or, try to work my body somehow. But, we're just too busy. I can't do it. I thought my house will be clean. If I had time, everything would be organized. Time was not the problem. Who knew?
Motivation.
Motivation.
Don't want to do it. I actually don't like doing it.
I thought I would turn into Betty Crocker. I would look like, beach body. By the time I was done here, no, I look like the beach ball, not the beach body. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I bought bags of chocolate chips thinking I was going to make cookies.
Right.
So the empty bags wound up under my bed because I might have been eating them at nighttime. I also learned that my expectations are out of control for myself. We're going to be better, do better, act better. I mean, I had all these things going. So needless to say, you just learn how to go with a lot of time or not a lot of time. You're not going to do all the things. Like if I could show you my bookshelf right now, you would be like, who's reading all those? I don't know. I have them on there because I'm thinking I'm supposed to. I just can't get to it. And then after 9 weeks of quarantine, still sitting there.
Quarantine.
Cheers, girl.
There it is.
Quarantine. Love ya.
Mugs.
I found some dye that I brought from the States and I put it on my roots. And now it looks orange. I don't know what day it is.
It's Good Friday. Good for us. Rough for Jesus, that's for sure.
I was gonna go for a walk and then I sat down and watched her polo and then I got lost in TikTok. That's what happened. That's the truth.
Yes. Welcome to day 3 of not washing my hair.
I've never missed McDonald's so much in my life.
I don't want to adult. I have an empty chocolate chip bag by my bed and a double chin.
Your son turned 17 and you're doing pin the horn on the unicorn and you're playing outside. Have you not adjusted to their age?